Title: Garbage Bags and the Rights of the Innocent. In a nation where rights were abundant and laws ever evolving, the fight for justice had reached unprecedented heights. Citizens were endowed with protections against all manner of injustices, no matter how small or seemingly trivial. It was a country where freedom and fairness reigned supreme, so much so that even the most unlikely of objects, the humble garbage bag, had become the center of a heated rights debate. This narrative is sponsored by Polly Speaks For You. The creator of Polly Speaks For You has always been passionate about empowering individuals, especially those with disabilities or learning challenges, through text-to-speech and voice recognition technology. Polly Speaks For You isn't just a tool, it's a bridge for people to communicate and interact with the world in a meaningful way. By blending historical storytelling with cutting-edge tech, the creator showcases how powerful a voice can be, whether telling your own story or preserving history. So hit that like, share and subscribe button and help this channel grow. Now back to the story. It all began on a breezy afternoon in Johannesburg, when a garbage collector was spotted, with little ceremony, tossing a black plastic garbage bag into the back of his truck. A journalist passing by caught the moment on film. The bag, overloaded with waste, bulging at the seams, ultimately tore open, spilling its contents back onto the pavement. The scene struck a chord in the heart of the nation. Was this not the very image of an oppressed soul, burdened beyond its capacity, left to deal with the consequences of forces it could not control? The internet was ablaze within hours. People everywhere rallied behind the garbage bag, likening its situation to that of those too young to speak for themselves, babies, toddlers, and even, some argued, houseplants. Social media posts called for a serious reconsideration of the garbage bag's status in society. Could it be that this simple, silent object was being unfairly treated by a system that ignored its capacity? Could it be, in all seriousness, that the garbage bag deserved rights of its own? Enter the Parliament of South Africa, where this new movement found an unexpected ally in Senator Nkosazana Mpofu, a fiery advocate of child and family rights. Senator Mpofu, ever the champion of progressive reforms, took to the podium. Fellow South Africans, she began, we have extended rights to many of our citizens, children, the elderly, animals, but today, we face a grave injustice that has long been ignored. The garbage bag, like our youngest children, carries burdens it did not choose, it is filled beyond its limit, and it is discarded once its usefulness is done. This is not dignity. This is not justice. Her impassioned speech struck at the heart of the debate that had quietly been growing in South Africa for years. How much autonomy do we grant those who cannot speak for themselves? Should young children, like the garbage bag, be given rights so extensive that they govern their own lives? We give rights to children, Senator Mpofu continued, before they even know what lunch they want, or what they'll be when they grow up. We offer them choices they cannot understand, responsibilities they cannot yet bear. How is this different from overloading a garbage bag and blaming it when it tears under the weight? It's time we admit that not everything that carries weight can make informed decisions about it. The comparison was both ridiculous and poignant. Senator Mpofu wasn't just talking about garbage bags. She was talking about a society obsessed with assigning rights without considering capacity. The debate in Parliament heated up. Some members, in favor of broad rights, argued that it was never too early to begin instilling autonomy, even in the very young. Others pointed out the absurdity of assigning life-altering choices to those too young to know the difference between mashed potatoes and pap, let alone complex issues of governance. What's next? MP Saifo Ngzumalo shot back during the debate. Are we going to ask infants if they want the right to vote? Will we ask them for their input on international relations, or whether they'd like to opt out of bedtime altogether? There is a reason we guide children, a reason we don't let them carry their own burdens too soon. Giving them rights they cannot exercise is no different from expecting a garbage bag to haul more than it was ever meant to carry. The metaphor spread like wildfire. Soon, comedians, satirists, and social commentators took up the cause. Sketches aired on late-night TV where parents approached toddlers and garbage bags alike, earnestly inquiring, "What would you like to eat for dinner?" or "Do you feel overburdened by the responsibilities of life, dear bag?" Of course the garbage bag can tell you what it wants, one satirical radio host mocked. Neither can a 2-year-old. And that's the whole point, isn't it? You wouldn't hand a child the reins to their entire future, any more than you'd trust a garbage bag to hold the contents of an entire week's worth of rubbish. And yet, the movement persisted. Those in favor of expanding rights, both for children and garbage bags, argued that it wasn't about the present, it was about creating a society that respected all capacities, even those not yet realized. In the end, the Bag of Rights Act passed, enshrining in law the notion that all things, living and inanimate, should be treated with respect and granted protections that recognize their potential. While toddlers would still be fed by their parents, and garbage bags would still tear under excessive load, the principle of assigning rights where rights were unneeded or unasked for had been codified into law. The bill's critics shook their heads. "We've gone too far," they muttered, "giving power to those who can't even understand it." But Senator Mpofu stood firm. In protecting garbage bags, she concluded in a follow-up interview, "We show that no burden is too small for rights. And perhaps, by respecting even the most silent among us, we teach our children a lesson far greater than any lunch choice could." Thus, South Africa entered a new era, where the delicate balance of rights, responsibility, and capacity was constantly questioned, and where, in a world of overburdened bags and young children, the lines between justice and absurdity had never been blurrier. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. To learn more about South Africa's leading accessibility software, visit www.polispeaks4u.co.za and support this meaningful dyslexic initiative. Thank you for watching.